On the top of every Dragon Ball fan's mind is Dragon Ball Super Superhero. What is this film going to be about? Who the heck is this guy? Is this going to be a Gohan film? While we barely know anything about this new saga, we have a theory that somebody's going to the other world. It's been years since anyone's visited King Yemma. Also a huge theory is that this film is going to set up the next generation of heroes. So what's not a better way to do that than to light a fire under them? You see what happens when you're not prepared to save the Earth? While I personally want to see Yamcha get a redemption arc, he's a meme to the Dragon Ball community, comic relief, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I mean, really, think about it. In the first arc of Dragon Ball Z, Yamcha bit the dust hard. He did all the training with King Kai just to come back and nearly lose his life to the androids. Now I know Yamcha has made it clear he wants to return to action, and he did get in the Galactic Prisoner arc. However, he got his butt handed to him. That just proves my theory that he stands no chance in the current standard. As the title of the first Dragon Ball Super film described, we are battling gods now, as Vegeta and Goku ascend to Angel and God of Destruction status. For Yamcha, it's just a little bit too late. The last time we saw Chiaotzu really fight in the anime was when he tried to take Nappa with him to the other world. We all remember how that went. Since then, he's taken it easy, helped Tien with his training, and honestly minded his own business. But oh, how that has changed. No longer watching from the sidelines, Chiaotzu is back in action. In the manga, Chiaotzu was actually recruited to join the Galactic Patrol along with Tien. It was nerve-wracking, of course. However, he did a pretty good job. No, he didn't defeat anyone with his fists, but he did land a pretty mean insult against Piccolo, ending the fight. Against the gods, though, and anyone who's not a metal man, insults aren't gonna cut it. Now, hopefully, he's doing a bit of training, but as of now, Tien should just go ahead and say goodbye. If there's anything Tien is known for, it's sacrificing himself for the greater good. In the Saiyan saga, Tien used his tri-beam knowing that he didn't have the stamina or strength to survive it. The same thing happened in the Cell saga, when he used Neo tri-beam to prevent Cell from achieving his final form. Even in the Tournament of Power, even though losing his life wasn't a possibility, he made sure that while he fell from the stage, another fighter went with him. If it was a life or death case, we all know he would do the same, which leads to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Tien is the scapegoat that will sacrifice himself for the greater good. If it means Earth has better odds of surviving. He's pretty much hung up the boots anyway, so at least let him go out in a blaze of glory. It breaks my heart just thinking about it, but maybe it's time that our oldest hero takes his leave. I'm talking about Master Roshi. In the Tournament of Power, Master Roshi stood his ground, proving that age is just a number. In the manga, he was dodging Jiren's attacks for a short bit. In the anime, Roshi eliminated 4 other fighters. Think Roshi stopped there? Think again. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, Roshi fights on, helping the Z Fighters and the Galactic Patrol prepare for Moro. If he's needed, he's gonna fight again. And that leads me to my theory that he may sacrifice himself. In the Tournament of Power, Roshi used a technique called Life Force Max Power Kamehameha, a Kamehameha powered by his life force. Roshi passed away afterwards, but Goku revived him. This time that may not happen, meaning we may have to say goodbye. Let's talk about Krillin. I know, mouths just flew open with shock that I would even utter his name, but if anyone has to go, Krillin makes sense. Overall, his story arc is mostly complete. He has love, he has a family. As a fighter, he hasn't learned any new techniques that reestablishes his place amongst the ranks of the Z Fighters. He's even honored the fact that he's never going to be able to catch up to Goku, but no matter what, he's going to keep pushing himself. Also, he's kind of moved on from fighting, as he's a cop now, and is again in this film. With nothing else to really give the show, except exceeding expectations when his moment to shine comes, his passing may be the tool that could inspire his daughter Marin to take up the Z-Fighter mantle. Since Krillin is somewhere on this list, let's consider the other possibility that Android 18 may perish alongside her husband, or in his place. Losing Android 18 would crush Krillin, and the grief may take away his fun personality and turn him towards the worse, a secluded hermit suffering an extreme case of heartbreak. However, I believe this would lead to Marin becoming a fighter, as she leans on the Z-Fighters for support. Also, I believe it could lead to an amazing story shared between a father and daughter, one where Marin brings her dad back to the light, through fighting of course. Now, I'll admit, this may be a little bit too heavy for the likes of Dragon Ball, but hey, if Toriyama is looking to change the direction of the franchise moving forward, some heavier themes may be the way to go. As much as we all love him, Android 17 may be the one to fall in this film. 17 was a beast in the Tournament of Power, winning the entire thing and doing the selfless act of bringing everyone back to life. This should mean that 17 is set to take on any future threat that arises. However, this isn't the case. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, despite not having any life energy to absorb, he was no match for Moro. As we progress, and as power scaling goes in Dragon Ball, the next villain will be even stronger, making Moro look like a joke. Unable to stand up to Moro, how will 17 stand up to this new threat? Unless he sits out the final battle, he won't, which could lead to his demise, which would be really unfortunate. I mean, who's going to care for all those animals? Let's ask the question. What if Goten gets sent to the other world? I don't see this happening, but there's nothing saying it won't happen. Unlike Trunks, who has a whole future ahead of him now since his future self stopped the androids from taking over the world, Goten has no kind of protection. Also, what has Goten really done since the Majin saga? Chi-Chi barely lets him train. His fusion with Trunks, Gotenks, has barely been used except as fodder against Barris. And Dragon Ball Super hasn't given Goten any type of character development. Now, of course, that could change in this film, and Goten could be leading the way for the next generation. However, with Pan seeming like she may play a major role in this film, considering her artwork was shown when the film was announced, she could easily take his place as the heir to Goku's legacy. If anyone is going to lose their life in this film, my money is on Piccolo. Rumor has it that this is a Gohan film. In my eyes, a film showcasing that Gohan can live two lives. One as a scholar, and one as a warrior when needed. However, what better way to add some conflict than to throw Piccolo's life in the mix, Gohan's father figure? Also, that family dynamic seems to be a big part of this film due to the image of Piccolo's house, which we all can assume is near Gohan's. With Piccolo's passing, we could see Gohan regress back to an angry Saiyan that nearly doomed the Earth. Much like how Goku saved him then, Goku could save him now by actually being the father figure Gohan needs. Goku could help Gohan heal and help him don the costume of the great Saiyan man once again. In this entire series, Vegeta has barely gotten any love from its creator. I think all of us thought things were on the up when Vegeta had a great moment with Toph in the Tournament of Power. Vegeta even saved the day in their fight with Moro. However, in the Granola Survivor Saga, Vegeta debuted a new transformation, Ultra Ego, his God of Destruction transformation, and look what happened. He lost. Now, my theory is that he lost because of the nature of his transformation, his ego. Simply put, his overconfidence. I mean, Vegeta allowed Granola to attack him repeatedly because the more damage he took, the stronger he became. Until Vegeta fully lets go of that, he'll never reach his full potential, which is why he could be sent back to HFIL. This time around, his ego could be the end of him. Enough talk about the other world. Let's talk about the rest of the film. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to be the villain? We have a theory about that, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video.